not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Yes! Is it the shoe?
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
One of the world's most talented athletes is retiring. It is true what somebody said today. There was Babe Ruth and Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky in front. Saved by Flaherty. The rebound. Score!
Favre just threw it perfectly right over him to Corey Bradford. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Game on! Game on!
Wednesday. Monday the host. This is Eric Williams, joined by Joshua Mahi, Nico Each, Devin O'Shea, and Ross Levine. Let's jump right into it. How we all feeling today?
How are you feeling, Eric? How are you feeling?
I'm a little exhausted right now.
Are you? Rough night? You hanging out with Ben Simmons?
There you go. I knew he was going.
No.
I knew he was going to.
Bro, why do we still have to talk about Ben Simmons? He averages 6 points.
Averaging 2 balls too, I guess. I don't know. You tell me.
This man is disgusting.
Ben Simmons, I know. He is. You're right.
He's probably somewhere right now in Williamsburg walking around with a macchiato.
Oh, yeah.
Short shorts.
His little yoga tote. His little yoga mat. His nice little tote bag.
That's Ben Simmons for you. That's Ben Simmons.
He's gentrified. I love it. What?
How you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm hungry, but I'm good.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You two are so cute. I was going back and forth.
No, but what you gonna eat after the show?
I don't know. Probably chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah.
That's it?
Grilled chicken. Man, I can't eat anything else.
Oh, that's
You
right.
diet going.
Yeah, me, I'm probably gonna give me a nice slice of pizza.
Yeah, I bet you are, Eric. You know what I hope happens to you? I hope you choke on it and no one helps you. And you're just
That's
dead
wrong,
with like
bro.
a bunch of slices of pizzas on you.
That's wrong. You ain't right for that. Talking about pizza, though. Best pizza comes from New York. Let's get started. Whoa, hold on.
There is no way you're going to actually try to dispute
There's good
that.
pizza in Connecticut. I'm not gonna.
Bro, what?
Have you had Connecticut pizza?
I can't say that I have, no.
Well, there's a good pizza up there.
What's the what separates it between New York pizza?
It's just good. It's better, in my opinion.
It's
I've had
better than
pizza from Connecticut than here.
At least he didn't say Chicago.
No, that's not pizza.
That's what I thought he was gonna say.
Thank you.
That's a soup in bread.
Thank you.
Got a point.
I mean, I'll make sure to try some Connecticut pizza. Maybe I'll take a trip up to Hartford this weekend.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Ooh,
Dangerous. That's dangerous.
That is dangerous.
That's hella dangerous.
That is dangerous.
I'm a dangerous guy. That's it.
Are you?
Yeah.
You him?
Uh-oh.
You a menace?
You must be.
A menace to society? Nah.
Crazy, Josh.
To society, it's kind of crazy.
It all operates on a spectrum, right?
Is that right?
We back with it. I'm bringing the bomb back.
Well, that was the best time to win we've had. That was good work.
Let's start with the Knicks. So, Heat versus Knicks tonight. Knicks are 5.5-point favorites. With the win tonight, the Knicks can firmly grasp the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. I mean, the Heat gave them problems all season. I mean, how does this game go tonight, though?
This is a big game. Now, we talked about it a little bit yesterday with Jimmy Butler sat out against Nico's Raptors. Kind of, I don't want to call it a weak move because he knew what was at stake tonight, but he did what he had to do. He's definitely probable to play tonight. But the question with the Heat is, what are they going to get from their point guard position? Because we know Jalen Brunson, I know he's still listed as questionable, but he's going to play tonight. For the Heat, it's either Kyle Lowry, who played last night.
What?
Yes, Kyle BBL Lowry. Yup. That's him.
Thickums out here.
I don't know what he doing carrying around all that weight.
For real.
I mean, listen.
It should be
There's no
illegal.
way it's natural. It's not natural.
It's not?
It's not natural.
You think he put that?
Yeah, Lowry put up a outstanding 1 for 6 shooting from the field yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he's cooked. It's funny.
He's got Gabe Vincent starting over him.
Gabe Vincent shooting. I think he's a sub 40% on the season from the field. So the Heat have had a problem at point guard all year long. So that's going to be the big matchup to watch that the Knicks should dominate. But Jimmy Butler, like I said, is going to be playing. Quentin Grimes is going to be guarding him a lot also. But that matchup we're watching, and I hate that it always goes back to R.J. Barrett with the New York Knicks, as Ross shakes his head. But it always comes back to R.J. Barrett with the New York Knicks. Any New York Knick-related question always comes back to R.J. Barrett in some way, because in a lot of ways, you know what you're going to get from Brunson when he's healthy. You know what you're going to get from Julius Randle. You know what you're going to get from Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, and definitely Emmanuel Quickly with that performance the last time we saw him.
Oh, yeah.
But the big wild card, the big Uno wild card is always Rowan Alexander Barrett Jr. Now, last year against the Heat, he had a career high. Missed a bunch of free throws, but had a career high, 40+. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to replicate that. But I hate that it always comes back once again to R.J. Barrett. But he's going to have to put on a big-time performance tonight. If the Knicks, in the biggest game of the year, now think about how many times we said that. That game in Boston that went to double overtime, where we beat Devin Celtics. 3-1, by the way. 3-1.
Fair.
Where we beat the Nuggets at home after we struggled on the road trip. The Knicks have had a lot of big games this second half of the season. This is the biggest one because, like you said, Eric, they can really quicken the pace in terms of clinching that playoff seed and also clinching that 5th seed. Because we all know the easiest matchup for the New York Knicks in the first round will be getting the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're
easiest.
Yeah.
From where they're at, yes.
Because I'm not going to debate who's better between the Sixers, Cavaliers, Celtics, but as far as matchups, I mean, we've seen it with the Knicks. In terms of the Sixers and the Cavaliers, who they're most likely going to face in the first round, give me the Cavs. Give me Donovan Mitchell, give me Darius Garland, give me Evan Mobley. I know they're a tough team, but it's all about clinching that 5th seed. You don't want to dip to 6th and have to deal with maybe the MVP this year. So, big game for the Knicks. As always, the wild card, X Factor, whatever you want to call it. RJ Barrett's got to step up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Brunson's... I mean, he'll be back, I'm sure, tonight, but I don't know how 100% he's going to be. I mean, that's a big thing, too. He may be back, but that doesn't mean he's 100%. You don't know. That concerns me a little bit.
I don't think... See, here's the thing, because I don't think he's going to be 100% for the rest of the season. So I think...
Well, then we're in trouble.
He's had this hand injury, he's had the hamstring, he's had the foot, he's had the ankle, he's had a lot to deal with this year. He's missed not a lot of games, but he's had a lot of knick-knack injuries. So, I mean, he's a tough guy. He was raised right with Rick Brunson on the coaching staff, so I expect him, no matter how good he feels, whether it's 80%, 70%, 50%, 20%, I expect him to... When he's on the court, you know what you're going to get. Yeah. And the guy we haven't really brought up either and go in depth about it is Julius Randle, because the last 2 games against Miami, we all know the great performance where he hit the game winner over Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler, and punked Bam Adebayo multiple times in that game too. The last game they played in Miami, 15 points on 16 shots. It's not good enough.
Did Jalen Brunson play that game, though?
He did not play that game.
Okay, that's why he had 15 points. I'm telling you, he's a better player when Brunson's on the court. So that's a big thing.
So what you're saying, Ross, in a roundabout way, is that you're expecting, with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle back together, Randle to have a big-time performance tonight.
He'll be better than that game. I'm not saying he's going to have 45. He'll have a better game than 15 points. He'll have like 26.
I mean, he had better. He definitely had better, because if he don't, and again, you don't know what you're going to get out of R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. I don't know if he's got another 40-point game in him back-to-back. It'd be nice, but...
I can't blame him if he doesn't, though.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the Heat, we all know it, like I said, their point guard situation, but they are a hard-nosed defensive team. So, listen, all I want to see, win or lose, well, what we know we're going to see, it's going to be blood, sweat, and tears on the Garden floor tonight. Because these are 2 of the nastiest, hard-nosed, physical teams in the NBA. And the Heat, I mean, they just played in Toronto, like I said yesterday. Toronto, New York, forget the travel for a second and going through customs and everything. That's a tough back-to-back in terms of the type of teams you're playing. So I know Jimmy Butler rested. They're going to need a big Jimmy Butler performance to Heat. I know the Umahi jinx is real, so I'm not going to predict the game. But I expect a big bounce back from the Knicks today.
Well, I mean, they played Houston last night, right?
Yeah, the last game.
Oh. But it was a blowout. I mean, that wasn't last night. No,
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, yeah. That they blew them out, but I don't know why some people expected the Knicks to lose that game. I mean,
because I said they was going to win by a blowout.
True. He did jinx them. But you have a jinx. You do have a jinx.
I don't have a jinx.
You do have a jinx.
We debunked that on Tuesday. No, I mean on Monday we did.
Because
I said they was going to
take
win.
a lot more to debunk it. Okay.
So if I say they win tonight, the Knicks, and they lose, the jinx is back.
Oh yeah.
It never left. It never left.
I predicted they was going to win by a blowout on Monday. I said
that was not a blowout.
It was a 22-point win.
It was
close until the fourth quarter.
Yes,
man, a blowout win is a blowout.
Okay, but they were up by 9 before Julius Randle made that buzzer beater. That is not a blowout.
That 22 points.
Could have one great run. That's not a blowout.
Y'all really just.
I thought they were
right.
It's a Umahi jinx. I bet it's a Umahi jinx.
I thought they lost that game.
All right.
They were only up by 5 at halftime.
I ain't gonna say it's a jinx. I ain't gonna go as far as saying that. You know,
it's a good jinx if you use it for the right team.
Yeah, if you use it, if you reverse it.
Yeah.
Like the Heat. No.
Like just say the Heat are gonna win.
Yeah.
Nah, because if I say that, because I have a lot of pride. My ego's kind of inflated. So
your heart's gonna get ripped out of you.
Nah, because I like to be I want to be right all the time.
I'm sorry.
I want to predict the score and be right about it. My ego's too big to do the reverse.
Predict the score, Josh.
Don't
say who wins, just predict
Heat are going to beat the Knicks.
There you go.
It is way more important for the Heat than the Knicks. The Knicks they're not catching up to the Cavs for that 4th seed.
Nope.
They're staying at that 5th seed. This is a way more important game for the Heat after coming at the very last top spot in the play-in. They need to win this to be able to go over the Nets, even though the Nets are going against the Rockets, which probably will be a win for the Nets. But I mean, this is incredibly important for the Heat.
Now, when the Nets lose tonight, it's going to be a Devin jinx. It's going to be a Devin jinx.
I'd put money on the Nets.
Hey, this should be shout out Braden. This should be a Braden jinx too. Every team this man puts on his parlay, they just.
That is true as well.
Braden,
love you, Braden.
Don't put the Suns on the parlay tonight. Don't do it.
Oh, KD's coming back tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely put the Suns on the parlay.
Nah,
tonight.
come on. We can't lose in Minnesota.
Make sure they.
Karl Anthony Towns is kind of like I don't know what is he at this point in his career? Because he went from averaging 25 last season.
I mean, he's been hurt.
Coming off the injury, I get it. But even to start the season, he wasn't himself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. To start the season, that fit with Gobert seemed kind of awkward. I mean, he hit the game winner in Golden State the other night.
Yeah, he did.
I have money on that game for Golden State.
It is a difference this season having Gobert for Towns, but I do believe just because the Wolves roster is a lot better this year than the previous years with Anthony Conley, Kyle Anderson has been killing it. He's been killing it, but like Jaden McDaniels, like he has a roster around him, so it is expected of him to have a little bit of a down year, but his team's actually making the playoffs. So I mean, you gotta expect a down year.
By the way, I'm gonna pick the Heat to win tonight.
Oh,
because that means there's a good chance that if they lose, I won't be heartbroken. I'll at least admit I was right. So if they win, that's how you do it. That is how you do it. You can't. I'm sorry. You cannot predict your team in New York to win. That is an automatic loss waiting to happen. So no,
I will listen to the Ross, Josh. This dude goes to every Mets game and they win. So I will listen. He has immense sports knowledge.
Yeah, you got this one, Ross. You got this one. I was going to come at you, but you got this one. You got this one. I mean, I get what you're saying. You want to be safe and hedge your bets, I guess, and the superstition and all that. But all in all, I expect a good game. I expect, a real physical game. I don't know. Eric Spoelstra versus Tom Thibodeau. Anytime those two match up, and I know Thibodeau's had a better season, but I mean, Eric Spoelstra's winning that battle. It's going to be interesting, the chess moves that Spoelstra makes, because you know they're coming. And how is Tom Thibodeau going to respond? Is he just going to be the same Tom Thibodeau and just stick to his guns, or is he actually going to change things up when opportunities presented to him?
That's the thing. Thibodeau's not changing anything.
No, we know that already.
He's going to play his players 40-plus minutes every night until the 82nd game. And even then, he's going to play Randall 40 minutes. Brunson, if he can, 40 minutes. I mean, it's been proven, like, what he did to Derrick Rose. And I've seen something like Luol Deng was like, I was exhausted by the end point of the season. Like, I played 82 games, and I was playing 40 minutes a game. Like, it really wore down my body. So you look at Brunson, and it's like, yeah, he's probably going through that same thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. Now, the Knicks rotation, and I know it's been a 9-man rotation since December, those guys aren't playing quite 40 minutes, but they're playing around like 35, 36 consistently. Even then, you bring up a good point with Jalen Brunson because, like I said, we brought up the foot injury. He had an ankle injury earlier in the year. He's had a lot of knick-knack stuff, and that comes with he's never had to shoulder this much weight on a team before. On the Mavericks, all those years, he had Luka to do that. But this is his show. He's the point guard in New York City on the Madison Square Garden floor. So hopefully, and this has been my concern kind of since December when Tibbs went to that 9-man playoff-type rotation in December. I was like, it's all well and good when you're going on winning streaks in January, February, March, but when we get to April and you're hoping to get to May, how are these guys going to hold up? How is Brunson going to hold up? And he's no big guy either. He's 6 foot, maybe 6 foot on a great day, 5'11" on a good day. And Julius Randle, he's played every game this year. And Emmanuel Quickley and R.J. Barrett, they've all played heavy minutes. How are those guys? Quentin Grimes having to guard the best wing defender or the best wing player on defense every game. So how are those guys going to hold up when we get to the playoffs? That's been my one concern. Hopefully it doesn't go the negative way and that these guys are able to play with a lot of energy in the playoffs. But it's a big subplot that we've been following all year with the Knicks.
I like the point you brought up about Grimes. He's playing the best wing every game. But I feel like on this team, on the New York Knicks, I feel like he is the best defender on this team. I mean, he gives it his all every game. I think it's very important that he's put in the rotation throughout the whole playoffs, throughout these last few games. I mean, he plays with that New York type style. Like he comes to play every night. He just doesn't care. He just leaves it out all on the floor. I like the kid, to be honest. I do.
I love the kid. I love that kid. I love Quentin Grimes. I love what he's about. Like you said, he's a New York type of lunch pail player. Emmanuel Quickley, we all know how I feel about him. Emmanuel Quickley, but I want to ask a question real quick. I kind of mentioned it yesterday, but in terms of like the Knicks young guys, Toppin, Barrett, Quickley, Grimes, if you rank them in terms of like who's the most untouchable right now, and think about how we started the offseason last year thinking about it.
It's Quickley.
It's Quickley.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And by the way, R.J. Barrett might have gone from first to fourth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy to say, but I don't know. I hate making this the crap on R.J. Barrett show, but I mean, no, I really do because I like the kid. I have his jersey. I have 2 of his jerseys. I want to see the kid do well, but it's just frustrating watching him. He'll be good one game. He'll be great one game, and then right after he's great, he just goes back to 8 points on 12 shots, and it's just, yo, like you have to get some level of consistency. It's year 4. It's year 4. And he's the entire key, because if we get that matchup, Cleveland, the Cavs have no wings. They're all guards and bigs. They have no wings. I know they have a core who hit the game winner in Brooklyn, but, I mean, it's really unimpressive what they have. So
I think Grimes can do pretty well against Mitchell. I think he can hold Mitchell pretty well. Depends on if Mobley can hold Randall and make Randall shoot 30% again in the playoffs. But
he better not.
Playoff Randall.
But you just can't have him shoot 30%, and then you got a good successful team.
I agree. And we've seen it with Quentin Grimes. He's done a great job on Donovan Mitchell in the regular season, the games we've watched, especially the last 2 at the Garden. But I mean, R.J. Barrett, if we get the Cavs and that matchup does happen and you can't dominate their wing players or lack thereof, I mean, that might be a ticket out of New York. So, I mean, I know the pressure is always on him because he's the 3rd overall pick in New York City, but man, I'm not saying play decent. I'm not saying play good. Now go out and dominate, RJ. Go out and dominate. They have nothing for you, so act like it. And it all starts tonight, obviously, with this game. They win this game. They're pretty much the 5th seed. They lock it up with 6 games left. So I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but it's the RJ Barrett story. I mean, it is. The next season will end. It will be determined on how RJ Barrett does. Plain and simple. It just Roush, you can shake your head.
No. You're right. I don't know why people keep waiting for it to happen when I don't think it ever will. That's why I'm shaking my head. Not because you're wrong or you're right. It's more because I don't. He's been in the league for 4 years and like we're still waiting for it. Like, isn't that kind of a problem?
It is.
It's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone's process is different, Ross.
Oh my God. He's Michael Jordan now. All of a sudden, we'll have a steakhouse. I'm sorry. Like, oh my God.
The steakhouse, no.
All I'm saying is some people are late bloomers, you know.
Who?
Maybe RJ.
What?
Maybe. We don't know yet.
Oh my God.
How late are we talking? Year 6, year 7?
I mean, he's still 22 years old.
I mean, we look at the Giants in football, and like it took Daniel Jones quite a bit of time to finally come into the zone.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even then, though,
He's still kind of ass.
it took him a long time.
15-5. Clap it up. I mean,
700 rushing yards. I mean,
come on.
700 rushing yards. That's not bad.
Yeah.
For a quarterback, at least.
Won a playoff game.
That's true.
Kirk Cousins.
Barrett can't shoot.
He won a
That's the
playoff game.
problem.
Won a playoff game.
Jones at least could run.
It was the 31st ranked defense, but he still won that playoff.
Oh my God.
Gotta give it to him. Kid played great. I mean, 300 all-purpose yards. What do you have? 3 touchdowns? Oh my God. You left it out all on that field. Oh my God. What happened the next week? We forgot. Let's leave it alone. I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
I know. They were terrible against the Eagles. I know. That was awful.
Yo, where France at? I know France listening right now. Just hot at y'all. Just
all right. This is the determination about Barrett. Okay, so Braden's not a big basketball guy, and even he knows he's not good.
That's a great point, actually.
That ain't right.
I mean, Braden doesn't know that much about basketball, and even he knows.
You know what? Y'all talk about
God.
Barrett so much. Watch him come out in the playoffs and just average 27 in the first round.
That's what I want. I hope. I'm ripping on the guy because I hope he does well. That's me.
Well, maybe he needs to listen to 90.3 WHPC.
Oh, no, he listens. I guarantee you he listens.
He needs to listen.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think...
Bro's not motivated.
At least he's not going to Snapchat.
No.
That's a good point.
No. Did you see, so ever since Mitchell Robinson posted those subs on Snapchat?
Yeah.
So I've been eyeing Kristaps Porzingis for the Knicks this offseason. I want the reunion, I'm not going to lie. I would like it to happen, but this report earlier today broke my heart. I'm trying to find it.
Yes, I don't think it's going to happen. The Wizards want to, they want to bring back Kuzma and Porzingis.
Now, can I ask a question? What are the Wizards doing?
What is Bradley Beal doing?
I have no idea what anybody in that organization is doing. Because they're going to give maxes to Beal, Kuzma, and Porzingis. You're the 11th seed right now. Are they a money laundering scheme, or like what's going on? Why are you doing why are you going all in on the 11th seed? They might just be. I hate to snitch, but I don't know any other explanation.
Who manages that team?
I can't even tell you.
Whoever it is a straight up dumbass. I mean, bro, you want to give them all. I didn't see the point where it was just like they want to give them all max, but you can give them all max deals. Whoa, it's kind of crazy right now.
It's bad in Washington right now.
They losing recipes.
They've lost all the recipes already. There's no more recipes to lose in Washington sports. It's all bad. Ever since what was really the nail in the coffin was the Washington changing their name to the Commanders. If that ain't the wackest name you've ever heard.
Nah, that's terrible.
They're switching that name up once they get new owners.
They have to.
Guarantee they're going back to Redskins.
I want them to.
They should.
I mean, like, the whole thing about behind the name, yeah, but that's the Redskins. I mean, like, you can't take that away from them. Sean Taylor, Joe Theismann. I mean, that's when they were great. They football team. What is that?
Football team was better than the Commanders.
You know what? You proving a point though. Like it was, and that's not even saying much,
bro. All I'm gonna say is, no matter what you want to say, I don't want to get canceled, but Redskins was a fire name.
It was. I
don't want to don't cancel me, but it was
great.
Roger Goodell
the merch was
name.
The merch was fire.
The merch was
the
amazing.
jerseys, the varsity jackets. It was fire. That's all I'm gonna say. You know.
Roger Goodell knew it was fire. He was just like, I hate to do this. I mean, I'm getting canceled for it. So,
cancel culture.
Yeah, about them.
It's bad.
Bunch of people in Williamsburg. Speaking of Williamsburg, let's go across the bridge. Let's move over to Brooklyn. So the Nets play the Rockets tonight. 10.5-point favorites tonight. Let's just say the Nets happen to lose this game, right? I mean, like there was any other belief. But is there any belief if they lose this game that they will do anything in the playoffs?
I don't have confidence in them. I mean, you know how much, and I know how much you love Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, they've definitely done a great job ever since they came over to Brooklyn. I like those guys, but if you're looking at the roster, you're looking at the ownership, you're looking at the coach, and I like Jock Vaughn too. You're looking at the GM, like it's just a bunch of mid. It's just a lot of mid going around in the Barclays Center. And their strategy is going to be they're going to try to, be mid like the Knicks were to start the season. They're going to try to be mid or at least decent until that superstar comes along. Maybe a Damian Lillard, maybe somebody like that. But as far as this season, they're still the little brothers in the Knicks, and that'll always be the case.
I like you brought up that point because my father, shout out to him. He brought up an excellent point. He sent me a TikTok of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce talking about where Damian Lillard can end up. They said New York. I mean, now, I always joke around with my father. I don't care if he's listening right now, but listen, I keep it real. Like, Damian Lillard in the Garden, he's God.
He really is.
Kevin Garnett said it. He said, imagine Damian Lillard putting up 71 in the Garden.
Yo, we would. You said God, we would literally worship that man. Right? We would be bowing down to Damian Lillard. We would have Spike Lee and Stephen A. literally on their knees bowing down to Damian Lillard. Like that would be the scene at the Garden. But, so I like that part of it. I like the idea, but I hate to be that guy. Him and Brunson in the backcourt.
That's where you come to the point, like, what do you give up for him? Because at this point, I think, I thought about it, I was like, you might just, honestly, like, you losing a guy that you really love, grown feelings for over this whole year. What if you just trade Brunson for him?
Oh,
that's a nasty look for the organization, though.
If you're trading for Lillard, you gotta give one of either Randall or Brunson. I wouldn't say both, but one of
I feel like
those.
Randall won't have that much value, though.
Here's the thing. So I knew this question was always going to come eventually. Because if we're talking Damian Lillard, I don't think a Brunson-Lillard backcourt could work. Now, I mean, we've seen small backcourts work before. I mean, we're seeing Garland and Spider work right now in Cleveland. So there's a chance, but, I mean, Damian Lillard's, let's not forget, he's 34 years old. He's up there in age already, so.
He's still putting up 32 a game this season.
Yeah, career high, and that's great. But, I mean, a 34-year-old small guard is a 34-year-old small guard.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, just look at how much talent he wasted over there in Portland, though. I mean, it's kind of sad to think about.
Loyalty. That's why I say loyalty is overrated. You know what I mean?
It is. I mean, in certain situations.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get in trouble. But, I mean, Damian Lillard's case, I mean, he just stuck with the same mid situation and he wanted to be the greatest trailblazer ever and all that stuff. But, I mean, that's all well and good, and you definitely might have gotten to that point. I still give the nod to Clyde Drexler, but you know what I mean? I had to each his own, I guess, but it's funny that now he's talking about, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know what the vision of the organization is. If he would have said that 3 years ago, the Knicks would have been all in.
I mean, they would have. By the way, if they trade Randall or Brunson, it's Randall for me. Yeah, Randall or Brunson. Yeah, unfortunately.
Get rid of Randall.
Yeah.
Do you put Barrett in that deal if Randall's in it?
Yeah.
I think if you're trading for Lillard, you gotta put Barrett into that deal.
Yep.
I think that's a win.
Yeah, you know how I feel about RJ Barrett. I think if he doesn't perform, and he probably won't, he's probably trade bait. So
he's going to Cleveland.
Going to Cleveland.
We finally go and get it done. We're going to get Donovan Mitchell.
Yo.
It's going to happen.
It's a pipe dream, but I wish Donovan Mitchell just wakes up one day, looks outside in this hotel in Cleveland, and he's like, nah.
He goes straight Joakim Noah. Like, who wants to live in Cleveland?
Just
Joakim Noah really like violated Cleveland. The whole city, state, all of it.
You know, not Corporate Drive. What's that? Commercial Avenue back there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically Cleveland, like for like 200 blocks. That's Cleveland.
That's wild.
It's just industrial stuff and trucks and
that's nasty.
And business and
he's
all
not
that.
lying.
It's just that's Cleveland.
He's not lying.
Donovan Mitchell. I mean, do you want to look outside and see the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building and all those billboards on Times Square? Or do you want to wake up and just look at dust and clouds?
What good songs come out of Cleveland? I mean, you talk about New York. There's so many songs with New York.
I don't know. Yeah, is there one like good Cleveland rapper?
Machine Gun Kelly. I mean, that's one.
Respect.
He's all right.
Respect.
I can't
That's it
name
though.
no
Like
more.
we're not. Cleveland's just Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell, you know where you want to be. Don't wait until free agency. You know where you want to be. I hope he pulls a K deal. Like I hope we beat the Cavs and he's just like, yeah, I kind of want to run with y'all. I kind of want to. Yeah.
Calling up the Cavs front office. Yeah, get me out of here. I already got my things in the moving truck. But why do we still speak on Ben Simmons the way we do?
I feel like we should just like once and for all, like one last time, just close the book on Ben Simmons.
Let's just end it.
Yeah, let's just whatever we got to say about Ben Simmons. Let's just get it out.
If he starts playing good again, then he'll come back around. But for now, there's nothing to talk about here. I mean, 6 points a game. It's disgusting with him. I mean, what kind of ball player are you to be going out there? You're 6'9", and you're playing. What kind of basketball is that?
Listen, I think I can speak for everybody in the room. If we were 6'9", 250, right?
Oh, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
And if I'm in Ben Simmons' situation, like I'm not just. I was gonna say something I shouldn't have said. Maybe I can't say it. No, I don't want to risk it. But I'm not gonna go just soft in the paint and then be like, yo, I'm just gonna lay it up, avoid contact, avoid going to the free throw line. Like, listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna be LeBron James if I'm 6'9", but like you gotta at least welcome contact. Can't be scared of free throws. And ever since that play with Trae Young in the playoffs, he's never been the same.
It's crazy how one play could change a whole man.
Yeah.
Just one.
Crazy how Trae Young of all people.
Trae Young took his manhood.
That's crazy.
Trae Young was just like this. Took his manhood. I mean,
I feel like he's. I feel like he's overrated, Trae Young. Don't you think? Just a little bit.
Overrated.
I think he's a little overrated.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
This season.
That whole Hawks team. I mean, they had a big win against Cleveland last night, but I mean, DeJounte Murray's not playing great. They traded 4 first-round picks for him.
It was 4?
It was 3 picks and a swap, I think. So they traded 4 total picks for DeJounte Murray. That's a good backcourt. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, don't get me wrong, but they have nothing else. No bench.
They should just trade Trae Young for prospects. I mean, they're not going anywhere with him. With him, they're not winning a championship or anything. Not even close, probably.
Maybe he'll be in Brooklyn.
Oh. If Brooklyn wants to try and win now, I could see that being possibly a good look for them. Can't lie.
He can't be the king of Broadway, so maybe he'll be the king of Bushwick. I don't know. Maybe.
King of Bushwick. I like that. King of Bushwick.
Maybe that's his destiny.
So we got some other news around the association. Did y'all watch that Warriors game last night?
I did.
Brandon Ingram and Draymond Green.
Yo, Draymond Green, bro.
I knew from, the Warriors were down, 11 at that point. I knew from there, I was like, the Warriors aren't losing this game. Like, look at Draymond Green. You got him fired up. I mean, there's nothing else you can do now. Once you get him fired up, Curry is on all cylinders. Clay is on all cylinders. I mean, it's over from there.
The funniest tweet I saw regarding Draymond Green yesterday was just it was a video of him just yelling. I'm watching it now. Him yelling at the refs, yelling at Brandon Ingram, yelling at CJ McCollum. Someone just quote tweeted it. Yo, I know his breath hot. I just know his because he's just all game, just
talking,
and it's funny. It's funny though because without that, the Warriors probably don't win that game because I know they're a dynasty, but I mean they have Steph and Clay, the cute little Splash Brothers. If they don't have Draymond Green, there's no edge to that team. And we've seen it in countless games. We've seen it when he got suspended in the finals, and they fell apart versus Cleveland. So Draymond Green, I know everyone sees the yelling and the screaming and the nut kicking and all that stuff, but
I can't lie. I would take that on the Suns. I'm not gonna lie. This
I know
team,
you would.
It's a little soft right now. I mean, soft like Sharman. They need some toughness in that locker room. I would take Draymond Green just to turn that whole thing around. I mean, he really can fire up a team. I mean,
could you imagine him and just DeAndre Ayton in a huddle? Just
oh my God,
the things he would say.
He would not. I think DeAndre Ayton would like truthfully request a trade.
No, I can see that.
I can't do this. Like, I think he would truthfully just request a trade.
I quit.
He'll punch Ayton like he did Poole.
Yo, to that point, and that's kind of what's messed up the Warriors season, and they're trying to get it together now. But I saw a video. It was a fan cam video of, they were on the Warriors bench. They were focused on the Warriors bench, and Draymond Green's coming over there celebrating. And you see him and Jordan Poole just have the most awkward, like, Draymond's holding out the dap, and Jordan Poole's, like, trying to look around and stuff. And eventually he daps him up, but it's like, damn, they do not like each other. Yeah, that's a fact. You can't after that. You just can't. Somebody punches you out in front of the whole team? Nah. It's bad blood for life.
Yeah. Me honestly, I'm going to the front office every week, trade this guy. Like, I can't practice with him. He really, like, punched me in front of the whole team. What you want me to do about that? Now look at me.
Maybe Draymond will finally get his dream and be in the same locker room with LeBron James this offseason. That's you've seen the podcast. That's his entire, like,
that's what he wants.
Life dream right now.
That's what he wants.
Nobody. Draymond. LeBron's a GOAT.
He wants 10 seed. He wants to be a 10 seed for the rest of his career. Go ahead. I mean, I ain't stopping you.
Wow, you don't have faith in the Lakers? The LeBron James going to the LeBron James of feet?
No.
To get his foot fixed?
LeBron James of
the miraculous recovery from his potentially season-ending foot injury?
That was all BS.
Specimen no one's ever seen.
Yo, like he's crazy. Spent $1 million on his body, just
that was all
miraculous
BS.
stuff.
That was all BS.
Yeah, the LeBron slurpage gets a little.
It gets crazy.
It's a little wild.
His fans, bro. I'm so like. Ever since he was on the Heat, I had no problem with LeBron when I was a little young boy. But like, I was like, how old was I? I had to be like 7 when he got when he went to the Heat.
That I'm reminded every day, y'all young as hell.
Yeah, nah. So I'm like, ever since then, and I was a Knicks fan, so we was all hoping for him to come to New York. The interview comes on, taking my talents to South Beach. Nobody wanted to hear that. I mean, like, bro, I couldn't believe it. And ever since then, I just hated LeBron.
That's where I'm not a Heat fan. I'm a wherever Heat fan came from.
Yep.
That's when I was born.
Not 1, not 2, not 3.
Yo, he did not catch enough slander for that. He said he was going to win 7 rings.
Yeah.
He won 2 and dipped. If Ray Allen didn't exist, he didn't catch enough heat for that. No pun intended.
No Ray Allen? If Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth, never touched this earth, one.
He's not the GOAT. He's not even in GOAT conversations.
He's not.
Sorry,
he shouldn't
Gina.
be.
Sorry, Gina, but it's the truth, all right? You know it's true.
He shouldn't be.
But Draymond still, he's in love, so he'll follow his heart's desires and join the Lakers this season.
Yeah, I want to know something.
I bet on it.
Y'all want to know something else about the Warriors, though? They're hopeful of a Wiggins return. Now, if you look into that situation, it's like,
oh man,
that's a tough situation. I don't think I would even be able to eat right after that. Like,
should we just because it's a wild rumor. I don't want to spread it around because we don't know if it's true, but I mean, if it's true,
it might be.
Because I've been trying to think, because he's missed 21 games now for a family issue or a personal issue. So at first I'm like, this happens sometimes with NBA players. We've seen guys take time off, maybe a week off, but damn, 21 games? He must be going through it. So I'm like, it must be something serious. And then I saw that rumor. I was like, no, that's like...
Missing games off of that is kind of crazy, though.
That's a forensic files case.
Listen.
If that's true, then damn.
I'm going out and playing like Dennis Rodman every night, if that's true. Like, if that's what really happened, I'm like, all right, I'm going back to playing ball. I'm going out there playing like Dennis Rodman, Draymond Green, the Bad Boy Pistons, all that put together in one person. I'm going out playing with anger. This man, I mean, like you said, we don't know if it's really true, but...
You know what's crazy? And I'm just going to go out and say it. So, in 2014, when he got drafted, they were posting pictures because he already had a daughter, I think. And everyone was like, Andrew? Andrew. I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but Andrew, it just didn't. It wasn't. It was Maury type stuff, Maury Povich type stuff. I mean, I wasn't sure about it. And then this rumor comes out. I'm like, damn, nah, not the story coming back.
Nah.
But I hope it's not true for real. I really do.
As a man, I mean, no man should hope this is true.
That's origin story stuff.
City Girls would be up a million.
Yeah, it'd be over. It'd be over.
We lost the fight.
Losing recipes.
I mean, DiVincenzo's done very well in replace of Wiggins, but I mean, Wiggins, he was an all-star last year. As much as anyone would like to comment and say that he shouldn't have been all-star, he was an all-star, and he is excellent in the defensive end. And bringing Wiggins back and then having DiVincenzo back to the bench just makes your team so much more depth-worthy. And it's just, I feel for Wiggins, like with the rumor, like it's. Nobody wants that. Nobody in this entire world wants that, but playoffs are coming soon. There's a few games left. He's got to come back. This Warriors team, they truly need him. They did come back yesterday, but I mean, they could really use Wiggins' offense and great defense.
I mean, the good thing with Wiggins, and I know Steve Kerr said it yesterday, is that he's still working out every day. So he's still preparing like he wants to come back. So that's good news. But I mean,
not like Ja.
Yeah?
So not like Ja, like he didn't do anything while he was gone.
Ja was out there, practicing with those guns. That's what he was practicing with.
It's a parade inside my city. Yeah. Shout out Ja Morant. The Grizzlies look good. They look good. I gotta give them credit. I know how it was gonna be with the team chemistry, and you know how Dylan Brooks can be too.
Tyus Jones filled in very good in his replacement, and I didn't think I was saying that I didn't think that the Grizzlies would be doing that great. Well, thinking that Ja was going to be suspended 50 games, I didn't think that they were going to finish the season well. But now he's back. I mean, I got Nuggets and then Grizzlies too. It's close, but.
Yeah, the West is crazy, and the fact that we can make a case for the Grizzlies to make the finals is a little crazy because I don't think they're like that, but. I mean, when they have John Morant, they're going to have the DPOY and Jaren Jackson Jr. They have a chance. As much as I hate to admit it, they have a chance. So
yeah. Let's not be fooled. Let's not be fooled again. No, let's not do this.
It's a parade inside my city. Yeah.
Let's not do this. These kids, I just don't think they're going anywhere. Let's move on, though. Let's go on to the MLB. So ESPN ranked every team in baseball. So here is the top 10. The top 10 is the Astros, Padres, Braves, Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Blue Jays, Cardinals, and Mariners.
I mean, Phillies at like 7. They just won the World Series. They're at 7. They added Trey Turner. They're at 7. Like, I'm a Mets fan. I'm a diehard Mets fan, but the Phillies just won a World Series.
That's a good point, but why are the Yankees ahead of the Mets?
I was waiting for that. This is exactly why I brought this. Like, I put this on the topic sheet because I was kind of like, I don't think the Mets. I mean, I don't think the Yankees are better than the Mets.
They're definitely not. I mean, I know they have Aaron Judge and everything else, and that's all well and good. And they have the kid Volpe, who's gonna have, I think, a great season. And I'm saying that as a Yankee hater, but the pitching rotation, like we said before the injuries came, it was injury prone, and then by Severino, by Rodon. Like, so we already knew what it was going to be, and that's going to continue to be the case this season.
I don't like talking bad about the Yankees, being my grandpa is a Yankee fan his entire life, but I don't see the Yankees being better than the Mets. Even with Edwin Diaz being out for a long time, the Yankees, it's just there's quite a bit of holes. Just like the Dodgers, I don't like the Dodgers this year. There is a lot of holes on that Dodgers team.
You think so?
No, yeah, it is.
They took a step back.
I'm only saying that.
Bit.
Yeah, they did, but I'm only saying that because I hopped on MLB The Show and I'm like, nah, this ain't it. Like I'm looking at the bat rotation. I'm like, nah, this.
You got like
it.
Miguel Vargas.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah. There is too many holes.
I don't. It's weird. I think they put the top 10 the way it is, the Mets, simply because of Diaz being out. I think that's part of it. It would be nice to see their young players. Billy Epler, wake up. But what I'll say is that the Astros, because they won the World Series, that's why they are where they are. They're top of that, even with the loss of Verlander. But it's weird. The Phillies, I know they made it to the World Series last year, but it's not that long ago where they were pretty dysfunctional. It's not that long ago. I mean, it was just last year when they fired Girardi. So, and that was in June. So, we're just only a little less than a year from that. And they're not gonna have Bryce Harper for the first 2 months. They're not gonna have Rhys Hoskins this season. That's a couple of big ones that they're gonna lose it. Not to mention, although their pitching has gotten a little bit better with Walker, they did get Taijuan Walker. I don't think he's going to be that great with the Phillies. That's just my opinion. I think he's going to give a lot of home runs in that ballpark.
Oh, I said the Phillies won the World Series. No, that was the Astros. That was me. But, I mean, the Phillies, it's tough. The Trey Turner, he's coming off. He's coming hot after the WBC. So Trey Turner's scary. It's a scary roster. I do like the Phillies roster with Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner. It's a good roster, JT Realmuto, but the Mets have to be higher. The Dodgers got to be lower. It's tough.
Another thing too with this list, the Padres.
It's too much slurpage, yo.
You took the words right out of my mouth because this is crazy. I mean, I know they spent the money, but the fact that, and I know they beat the Mets in the wild card, so some might say I'm a little scorned or biased or whatever, but I just don't see it. They have a lot of big names and everything else, but it's still the Dodgers division, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So
it is.
The fact that they're ranking the Padres second is just based off solely hype. It's nothing to do with what they're going to do on the field. And they have a lot of good offensive players, don't get me wrong, but let's calm down a little bit on San Diego.
Let's calm down and let's get to the caller real quick. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
What's up, Eric? We are not calming down. We're getting hyped because the Mets are playing tomorrow, all right, guys?
Let's go!
You understand? Well, I just got by the way, this is Justin. I just got my ticket for opening day for the Mets home opener next week. And I have a question for you guys, because I love hearing your guys' opinions on all this stuff. If you could get one ticket to any sporting event, you can make it modern, you can make it in the past, what game you want that front row, courtside, 50-yard line, tickets to? I personally, I would love to be at the 1997 NBA Finals Game 6 when Steve Kerr hit that game-winning shot. I was a huge Chicago Bulls fan back when I was a kid. But, is there a game or moment, or even you could go to a concert? Like, what ticket do you want?
Yo, Justin, I don't know how you always got the fire questions, but that might be your best one. That might be your best one.
That was the best one.
Sure.
I already got mine.
Me too.
I already got mine.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the 93 Super Bowl. Michael Jackson did the halftime show, and obviously the Cowboys torn apart the Bills 52-17. I got to see my team win. I got to.
Poor Jim Kelly.
That's a great answer.
Anybody else?
What about the other guys?
I'm still thinking. I got a lot of choices.
1994 Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7, MSG.
Oh, yeah.
First cup in 54 years. I would love to be there.
Mine's it's tough. I was thinking about it, but I think it's got to be something that you've got to experience, like Mike Piazza 9/11 home run, that it just too historic. You gotta watch. You gotta see it.
I'm gonna say
Solid answers all around.
probably the '08 Super Bowl, Giants Patriots. I have to. I mean, I wasn't really like the diehard I am now, but yeah, I gotta be there for that. Have to.
Damn, I went last. I still can't decide.
Saints Super Bowl.
I was gonna say that, yeah, because just that moment and everything else, and I would have been turning up when Tracy Porter picked off Peyton Manning for that touchdown. Woo! That's a good one. I also would have said the 2018 Rams Saints NFC Championship. Just when they made that no call, I would have ran down onto the field like a crazy person and started threatening people because there ain't no way. But that's my choices.
I'm not really a college football guy, but I think. There was a championship game with the USC versus Texas back in the day. That was pretty insane. That'd definitely be an atmosphere I'd like to be a part of. But I know you guys are running out of time. I'll be listening to the rest of the show. Have a good one, fellas.
Thanks, Justin. Go on. Always with the great calls, Justin Greenberg. Let's move on to football real quick. I mean, like you said, we only got a few minutes left. Let's talk about this Lamar Jackson situation. I mean... I know. It's like him and Aaron Rodgers. I'm more tired of Aaron Rodgers though. But
bro, it's not his fault.
It's not.
It's not his fault.
It's the Jets and the Packers. Like I'm tired of hearing about it though. Living in the New York media, it's just this all you hear.
I mean, Woody Johnson did just say that he doesn't think anybody's hyperventilating, and that's in his quote. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. Just matters on when.
Well, people better hope it happens, because if it don't happen, Rodgers retires, you're stuck with Zach Wilson at quarterback. That is nasty work. Third year of that? Me personally.
As a Jets fan, I would just be... I would be praying for the Jets fans in that situation.
I wouldn't be. Nah.
Pray for Braden.
Never.
Packer fan.
Pray for Braden.
What you got against Braden?
Nothing. Well, you know what? Nah. He's too depressed for me, yo. This is what he gets.
Wow.
He just, he just loves his teams that much.
See, I love my teams too, but I'm not... Listen, you just gotta look forward. Look ahead, bro. Don't be depressed all the time.
You know what?
You're not the worst team in the league, so don't be feeling like you are.
I used to be like that because I was the dumbass that had my mental health attached to the Knicks during the Phil Jackson years.
Oh.
So, that's inpatient stuff. That's not good. So I'm emotionally detached now, but I feel Braden. Once your team, you love a team so much and you just mess up every chance they get, that's tough. I can understand why he's like that. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, I'm emotional too, but that is ridiculous. Like the things he just goes through. Like, I'm only emotional with the Cowboys like that. I mean... I tore up my living room after that loss to the 49ers.
Oh, my God.
Which one?
Like, seeing Zeke at center, I'm like going nuts. I'm like, what is going on?
Like, yeah, this is it.
His last snap as a Cowboy.
This is it.
Dummied.
Maybe.
McCarthy said that he's open to a Zeke coming back. So
don't rule it out.
And the Eagles said that it's not coming. It's probably not going to be a deal done with Zeke and the Eagles. So,
it honestly doesn't make sense for him to come back at this point, though. You already signed Ronald Jones, and you're looking at a running back in the draft, so it doesn't make any sense. He's just talking Bijan at this point.
Just get Bijan. He'll be fine.
If he falls...
If Mixon misses time, I like Zeke on the Bengals. That'd be cool.
Zeke be like, who want me?
Nobody.
Well, that's actually funny, huh? Who want me?
0%.
Nah.
You're like Will Smith. Why
nobody want me?
Why nobody want me?
I think he'll find a team. I'm hopeful.
Do you think Lamar Jackson will find a new team, though?
I mean, we only have, 4 minutes, so I'm not going to say everything I feel about this situation. All I'm going to say is this is crazy, because there ain't no way, the Commanders, we're good with Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell. I like those two. There ain't no way.
He said he'd draft a quarterback. He said he'd be looking at quarterback in the first round, so.
If you want to draft a quarterback, that's fine, I guess. But, the Patriots, really? Meek Mill wasn't enough? The recruiting efforts wasn't enough from Meek Mill?
Meek Mill might be an agent, to be honest.
I mean, Calais Campbell signed with the
He's
Falcons.
Ken Francis, for real. That's Meek Mill.
Ken Francis.
That's his fake name.
Alias,
Yo, where's Corey when you need him?
Actually, that's his real name. Trust.
His real name,
That's
right?
his real name, Ken Francis.
It might be. Nah, you know what?
Nah, he's got 2 first names. Trust. He's chilling.
He's on to something.
Meek Mill's government. Everybody types in the Google search.
Kenneth James Francis. That's him. Trust.
Whether it's Ken Francis or Meek Mill, I don't know. Regardless, it's a 26-year-old MVP. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I know Nico and Corey were that one show we did. Oh, you can't prove collusion in the court of law. I mean, you can say that, but it's right in front of us. Because he doesn't have an agent. The agents around the league don't like that. They're trying to prove a point. That's all it is. So it's just, it's Lamar Jackson in his prime. Like, what are we doing, son? What are we doing? Can we just... Sam Howell? Mac Jones?
So, like, the Ravens are now meeting with OBJ after the fact that Lamar is being expressive about how much he does not want to be there. And they're like, oh, we'll start looking for wide receivers for you. You just had to say so. And it's like,
Here's
he's
Nelson
been
Aguilar
saying so. Nelson Aguilar. I mean,
Nelson Aguilar here. I just don't think OBJ is the number 1 anymore.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he can be a very productive number 2, but no, they're like, it's over. Like, you keep trying with this, it's done. Like, he doesn't want to be there anymore. You disrespected him. I mean,
Yeah. That ship sailed.
It's gone.
They put on a absolute, I got to give the Baltimore Ravens credit, absolute masterclass of how to waste top talent at the quarterback position. For years, all he had to do, like the Eagles got Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Bears got Justin Fields, DJ Moore.
Whoa, don't forget Chase Claypool, too.
Chase Claypool, too. Respect.
Never forget.
What did he say? What did he tweet that one day? Never lost or something like that?
yeah, I remember that.
All right, Chase. But, I mean, to my point, we've seen teams get their star quarterbacks receiving help. With the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, here's Nelson Aguilar, Sammy Watkins, this dude named Prochet, this NPC we pulled off the street, like a Madden created player. Like that's what they gave Lamar Jackson. So the Ravens deserve this. Enjoy Snoop Huntley for the next 5 years. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
The best moment of Huntley was he puts the ball over. He tries to, at least, against the Bengals. And Huntley's like, oh, I scored. And then John Harbaugh had his hands around his arms like, no, you didn't, buddy. That was the best. Oh, get ready to see that for a million years.
He caught that main character syndrome.
The Ravens, they would have won that game. They would have won that game if it wasn't for that. I'll be honest, Joe.
They would have.
They would have won. What could have been if they had Lamar Jackson?
These teams just have to get these quarterbacks some help. Like Rodgers has been asking for help. They drafted a quarterback in the first round when he's asking for help.
You know, the thing with Rodgers, like, he had help for many years, so I don't know what he was complaining about.
I mean, Devontae Adams.
He wanted Randall Cobb to be there. All right, so we'll get you Randall Cobb. You want more help? You're asking for Randall Cobb. Idiot.
Oh, he is. But that'll do it for WHPC Sports Talk today. From Eric Williams, Joshua Mahi, Nico Each, Devin O'Shea, and Ross Levine. We will be back tomorrow. And as always, thank you for listening to WHPC Sports Talk.